Inheriting my uncle's cabin in the Oregon woods seemed like a dream. He always called it the quiet place and rarely mentioned it, except to leave me one eerie note with the deed. Stay inside at night, lock the doors, don't answer if you hear anything. I brushed off his warning as a strange quirk, probably an old family superstition. The cabin was quaint, one room, a small wood stove, and creaky wood floors. The silence at night was thick, almost too heavy, like the entire forest was holding its breath. But I liked the isolation. Around midnight, a sound woke me, a soft scratching, like something brushing the walls. I told myself it was probably an animal, but then, faintly, a voice drifted through the window. "Hello? Can you help me?" I sat up in bed, straining to hear. The voice was weak, almost pleading, like someone in need of help. But I knew this area was isolated, miles from anyone. No one should be out here, I thought. My uncle's note echoed in my mind. Don't answer. "Hello?" The voice called again, closer now, right outside the window. My heart pounded as I sat frozen, gripping the blanket, unsure if I was just hearing things. "Please, I'm lost." The voice was clearer, a woman's voice, frail and afraid. I hesitated. My instincts told me to help, but the fear gnawing at my gut kept me silent. Against my better judgment, I reached for my flashlight and crept toward the window. Peeking through the curtains, I saw only shadows under the thin moonlight. "Help me, please." Her voice was insistent, close, but something was wrong. The tone was off, too hollow, like it was trying to sound human but failing. A figure shifted at the edge of the tree line. My heart stopped. She was barely visible, but I could make out an odd shape. Her limbs were unnaturally long, her head tilted at an odd angle, as if her neck were stretched. My gut screamed at me to hide, to shut the curtain and back away, but I couldn't move. "Please, let me in," the voice whispered, coaxing, almost mocking. It took every ounce of willpower to step back from the window and close the curtain. I turned off the flashlight and pressed myself against the far wall, trying to stay silent, my heart hammering in my chest. The voice drifted closer, right outside the door. "Let me in. I'm so cold." The voice no longer sounded desperate. There was something sinister in the tone, a chilling hint of impatience. I tried to steady my breath, every fiber of my being urging me to stay silent. Then slowly I heard footsteps on the porch, light but slow, as though something was pacing outside, circling the cabin. I clutched an iron poker I'd found by the stove, every muscle tense as I listened. The footsteps stopped and the silence returned, thick and unnatural. I waited, barely daring to breathe, praying that whatever was out there would leave. But then it came again, almost a growl, just on the other side of the door. "Let me in." The command sent a chill through me. My mind raced, torn between fear and an urge to bolt, but I stayed put, clutching the poker. Slowly the footsteps resumed, circling the cabin, pausing at each window, each time drawing closer. Then after a long, torturous silence, they stopped. I stayed awake until dawn, afraid to make a sound. Only when the first light crept through the window did I dare to look outside. The clearing was empty, but there were faint, twisted footprints in the dirt around the cabin, like something had shuffled in uneven circles all night. Relief washed over me, but as I stepped onto the porch, I saw something that made my blood run cold. Deep scratches down the length of the cabin door, as if something with claws had tried to pry it open. I left that morning, locking the cabin for good. I haven't been back. Sometimes, even now in the dead of night, I still hear a faint whisper at my bedroom window. "Let me in." And every time I wake up with my heart pounding, grateful for the walls and locked doors that keep whatever it is out there, waiting.